What is up, all my fellow Turbos? This is Steve Turbo of the Hyper Arcade Turbo Bros, coming to you with my next round of E3 predictions. This time featuring Sony. That's right, Sony and the PS4. So, what is going to go down? What's going to be revealed? What are we going to see? What are we going to want to spend all of our hard-earned money on? What could it be? What do we think? What do I think? Glad you asked, because for the next, 10 to 15 minutes, I don't know how long this video is going to be, I'm going to tell you. Or at least, I'm going to tell you what I think it's going to be, because, this says Z3 predictions and all that. Alright guys, so Sony. Now, I will say this, despite how you feel in the console wars, Sony has been delivering some pretty solid press conferences over the past few years, especially ever since the announcement of the PS4. Now, they have more so relied on third-party announcements than first-party announcements to carry the hype. Now, do I think that that is going to remain the same for this press conference? Yes, I absolutely do. Third-party games are going to make the Sony press conference incredibly hype, but that's not all. I think that we are going to see something that could potentially wow us, either that or something that's going to make us cringe. So, I'm going to get the big one out of the way right now on what I think is going to either wow us or make us cringe. It all depends. The thing that is going to wow us or make us cringe will be Project Morpheus. That's right, everybody. Sony's own virtual reality headset, sort of in the same vein as Oculus Rift, will be making its E3 debut. I think we are finally going to get everything we've wanted to know, including what gameplay is like. This is going to be where we're going to see the hands-on demonstrations of Project Morpheus. If they've already revealed the name for Project Morpheus, which I can't recall if they have, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that, then I apologize. But I think we're going to get its actual name. I think we're going to see a price point, and we're going to actually see some gameplay, or at least people, attendees are going to be able to try it out and see it for themselves and get an idea of what it will be. Or what it will be like, really. That is going to be a centerpiece in Sony's entire presentation. Because last year they were able to focus on just the games. But now they have to focus on the future. So this is going to be big. This is where Sony can solidify their lead over Microsoft with the Xbox One. That's not to say we'll get into that later. I'm not even going to break down into that. Anyway, so as far as that goes, expect one of the biggest things to come out of Sony's press conference is everything about Project Morpheus. We're going to learn all about that. Next, we are going to see more Uncharted 4. That's right, you guys knew this was coming. We are going to see way more about Uncharted 4 than we could have ever hoped to know. We're going to get, of course, we're going to be getting a demonstration of features. We're going to be seeing a little bit more gameplay, a little bit more knowledge on what's going on in the plot. We're also going to get confirmation of the Nathan Drake collection, which was accidentally leaked onto the PlayStation Network within this previous week. So basically, they're going to be trying to get everybody all hyped up and ready to play Uncharted when it comes out sometime next year. So the Nathan Drake collection is going to feature Uncharted's 1 through 3. And they're all going to be just kind of crispy, 60 frames per second kind of deal, the normal bull honky they do with all these HD re-releases. So you can pretty much count on something like that happening. Now, I think that's pretty much going to, unless Sony decides to reveal a new Resistance or a new Ratchet & Clank, I think that's going to be about it for first-party titles. Sony is basically going to be riding Uncharted's coattails this entire time. So I think that's going to be the big first-party presentation. What I would love to have happen in all my dreams of dreams, a new Crash. Man can dream. Man can dream. It's okay, good buddy. No one can hurt you now. But there's no time to dwell in the past. Now, guys, okay. Sony, again, and this isn't something that I use to bash Sony, but third-party titles are going to absolutely be one of the big corner pieces of their entire E3 press conference. So what can you expect to see? You can pretty much bank that you are going to see Final Fantasy 15, more gameplay, and maybe, to the thinnest degree, maybe a release date. But I would not hold your breath. I would not hold your breath at all on that one. You're also going to be seeing more information on Kingdom Hearts 3. I think they've been quiet about it enough that they can finally reveal some things for Kingdom Hearts 3. As far as that goes, they're going to be revealing more worlds. Now, I've had a theory for a while on what I think is going to be included in Kingdom Hearts 3 if they do show off gameplay, but I'm going to save that for the third-party video, so make sure you guys watch that when it's released. It'll probably be right after the Microsoft press conference, or the Microsoft E3 predictions video, but I'll get to that later. But I think you guys can expect to see a little bit more fleshed out about Kingdom Hearts 3, and a little bit more about what worlds are going to be in it. My predictions are bold, but I hope they're true. Now, of course, as we all know, Fallout 4 was recently revealed. You better bet your ass that you are going to see that featured heavily in Sony's press conference. Sony is going to basically make amends for all the bullshit that Bethesda ever put us through. But, well, really Bethesda and themselves. I can't blame it all entirely on Bethesda. They are just game developers. They're only doing with what they can work with. But I think Fallout 4 is going to be the olive branch to all the big Sony customers, basically stating the PlayStation version of Fallout 4, unlike the PlayStation version of Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas, isn't going to be a pile of shit like those last 4 games were. The games themselves weren't piles of shit, but the ports of them absolutely were. Every single one of those was horrible on the PS3. But this is going to be the big olive branch. Count on seeing Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 heavily featured. But again, I'm going to have some more thoughts on what I think is going to be going on with Fallout 4 in the third-party video. So, with that said, I mean, of course, we're also going to be seeing Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, and I fucking don't care. Oh my god, I fucking don't care. Guys, the amount that I don't give a shit about Call of Duty is astronomical. If it's your thing, cool. Glad for you, bro. I can't fucking stand it anymore. I didn't used to be like this, but I am now. So, yeah, we'll be seeing all sorts of stuff about Call of Duty. You can count on that. But yes, I mean, we're going to see a lot of third-party representation, but what I would ultimately like to see is more of the indie support that Sony has been doing such an incredible job with. Now, granted, is it as incredible as Steam does? No, but that's really a hard thing to top. But Sony, as far as consoles is gone, has been doing a great job representing what indie games are and exposing them to the public. I mean, that's the best way to do it to get them to mainstream consumers. So I can pretty much tell you that you're going to see more of the same. But yeah, I mean, you can pretty much... Sony's press conference, I think, is going to be pretty predictable. We're going to see... Oh, how could I forget? How could I possibly forget? Here's the big one, guys. So it's been no secret that Street Fighter V is happening because of Sony. And I think they are going to save the reveal of the newest character for Street Fighter V for Sony's press conference. That's right. Street Fighter V is a PS4 exclusive, and what better way to introduce the brand new character, well, maybe not brand new, but the new character for Street Fighter V than during Sony's press conference. Please be Alex, 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 please be Alex. Don't make me beg. Don't make me beg. Please. It's not a good look on a grown man to beg. But anyway, we can also see a little bit more about the gameplay, learn a little bit more about the gameplay with Street Fighter V. Again, it kind of sucks with this particular E3 predictions video because a lot of what I want to talk about is all third-party games, but I'm saving that for a different video. So, Sony's press conference is going to be pretty cut and dry. I mean, you can pretty much count on everything that you're going to see. You can pretty much predict everything you're going to see. I still think it's going to be a great show. Sony does a great job of just focusing on the games, and that's what I've always admired about them. I'm hoping Microsoft does more of the same. Ooh, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I want to know more about No Man's Sky. That game looks absolutely incredible. It wowed my socks off last year and was one of the big reasons that I wanted to get a PS4, apart from Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts, and Street Fighter and all that. It was one of the big deciding factors for me to get a PS4. Because I have been wanting just a space exploration game where I can go and there's an infinite universe for me to discover and explore, and that is exactly what I've been wanting. But with that said, guys, this is my Sony E3 predictions. I really don't think that we're going to see anything that we're going to be not expecting. If we do, that's great. But I really think you can kind of set your watch by what you can expect to see in the press conference. Not that it won't be good, but ultimately, I think Sony's going to be pretty predictable. We'll have good stuff nonetheless, but yeah. But what do you want to see from Sony? What are you hoping will grace your fine PlayStation 4 products? What would you like to see? What do you hope to see? Leave all of that in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we want. And of course, make sure that you like this video, share it to people that you think would be interested, and most of all, click that subscribe button, please. We're growing so much thanks to all of you. But anyway, not to sound like a beggar, but until then, guys, next up is the Microsoft press conference. So, we'll see you in the next video. Turbo out.